the players are hot. I'm not a puck bunny, okay? I actually know what icing means. With my messy hair, I just rolled out of my mattress on the floor. So, growing up, I really didn't even know hockey existed because I'm from New York City. Typically saw people wearing merch, but I didn't know anybody who talked about it or like enjoyed it or watched it. It was a very alien concept, like visiting family in like the Midwest, like, everybody's talking about football. So it's like, oh, that's like a very ingrained cultural thing that people enjoy in the Midwest. Literally, when I first found out about hockey, it was through watching Rocket Power. I got my Rangers. I have my Rangers shirt on that I thrifted in Canada. So, I have to redo this entire thing. So, how did I get into hockey? Well, unfortunately, it all starts with a guy. This is like a 3-year relationship. I ended up moving in with him right away. I moved like cross country to Seattle, and I actually lived a few blocks away from the arena where the Kraken play at. I think it's called Climate Pledge Arena. And he always talked about going to a Kraken game, but we never did. I wasn't really interested at the time. Growing up, I wasn't really like into sports. Like I was more into like martial arts. That's like the closest thing I did to doing a sport is I did a little bit of Aikido for a little bit. And in high school, I really liked volleyball, and I had like thought about joining the volleyball team, but never did. So, yeah. But other than that, like hockey was non-existent to me. Then we moved back to New York, and then he was like, "We're really gonna get into this," and I was like, "Okay, sure, this will be our thing," because we didn't really have things together. We were both very different people. I had my own thing going on. He had his own thing going on. That was fine, but I thought, oh, hockey could be something that we do together. So my first game was a preseason game, and I actually saw a Devils game first. We went to New Jersey with our friends who's a Devils fan, and my now ex-boyfriend at the time was really into the Rangers, and I was just like kind of like whatever. I was just chilling. Like the game, wasn't really sold yet. I wasn't sold yet. It wasn't until fast forward a few months later after my birthday when he took me to Madison Square Garden to see the Rangers play against the Hurricane, and I was like, at this time, I was on a really big martial arts kick. I'm an illustrator. And a comic artist. So I wanted to make a story based around like martial arts. I was really into that. And then when I saw these two guys drop the gloves, I was like, that's it. This is awesome. Like I was hooked. I looked into like what an enforcer was and like what they do and like the code, all that jazz. And also at the time Kane was playing on the Rangers and I was like obsessed with Kane.
You are cute. Kiss me. Bestie. Love you. You are cute. Kitten. You are handsome. Woo! You are pretty. I love you.
Like I became so obsessed with him.
Do you like touching guys?
It's so obsessed to the point where I like went on eBay to buy a probably knockoff jersey, a knockoff Rangers jersey of Kane. But then after that, it kind of died down. It died down a little bit because unfortunately, I got a League of Legends addiction.
We asked 100 married men, what game would you hate for your wife to walk in on you playing?
Meat and fuck kingdom, Steve.
Meat and huh?
I know. League of Legends, that's horrible. Like, yeah, I know it's bad. I know it's bad. It was a dark time in my life. Do I regret it? Yeah. Yeah, like a lot, a lot. But I needed to go through that in order to realize my true love in life, which is hockey. So, we ended up going to Canada that summer. That's where the love got reignited. I was in hockey heaven. I was buying all these trading cards, like all this stuff. I even wanted to buy a mini stick, like one of these over here. And my ex was like, and this is the guy who wanted to get me into hockey. He's like, oh, that's so dumb. And I was like really sad about like not getting to play mini sticks. Like I was really sad about it. I was really sad about not getting to play mini sticks. Okay, I have to sit like this right now because my feet really hurt. After Canada, the love, the passion is reunited, but then tragedy strikes because I end up breaking up with my dead end boyfriend.
But I hate my boyfriend. He
abandons me. A terrible human being.
And then I had to move back home. Well, like when I'm saying move back home, like move back to like another borough. From there, the love just grew stronger. Instead of like doing the typical like, because when I have a thing and it's like connected to a guy, like I can't like it as much anymore. Like I used to date like this guy and we used to watch the Nostalgia Critic together and like then I had to stop watching it because it made me sad because it just reminded me of those times.
Why do men, why do they, why, why do they breathe?
But with hockey, I like took that like interest that he had or he like that was his main interest and I took it and I was like this is mine actually. Something that was a contention in our relationship was the fact that I really wanted to learn how to play hockey and join a beer league and he my dead end ex-boyfriend my stupid dead end ex-boyfriend is like no that's so much work that's so hard didn't want to do it he even like I like I had a friend who invited him to play in one of his beer league games and he's like no like he had all the gear all he had to do was show up and he's just like no, I'm a diva. I can't do that. I don't want to break a nail. And as I got into hockey, I started to realize that what I liked so much about it was the masculinity aspect of it. Now, before Manosphere people with their talking, with their horrible takes, with their horrible bad takes, listen. So why do I like hockey specifically? Where there are a couple reasons why hockey is such an attractive sport to me. One, it takes skill. It takes a lot of skill to play this game. It's like a mixture of like all these different things and then on top of that you have to like skate to me it's kind of like jousting which wouldn't make sense to a lot of people but to me when I see a hockey player I see a knight with a jousting stick and he's ramming people like in the boards like they're trying to like push them off a horse or something like that like that's what it reminds me of and some people don't get it in order to understand this you have to be a corked up shorty so corked up shorties that are watching this that get it get it and there's no other further explanation for that. The second reason is the violent aspect of it, okay? They literally can just, like, even though they get in trouble for it, they still can fight. They still can drop the gloves and then it turns into UFC. Like, that fucking rules. Like, that's something that I feel like other sports need. Like, I feel like football would be so much more interesting if they just started like wailing on each other, like they start like pulling out like some judo moves or something like that. Third reason is, the community's so nice. Like, I've met so many nice people online that are into hockey. Like, I literally found out people I know play hockey. Like, that's crazy. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't express that, like, oh yeah, I'm like really into this thing. Fourth reason, and some of you are gonna be like, of course, this wench thinks this. The players are hot.
As you can see here, I enjoy building small shrines to certain special white people who are important in my life. This one here is dedicated to Wayne Gretzky, great white man. Didn't take no shit from Indians nor Mexicans. And this one here is for Sidney Crosby. Loved him. Now this one here is dedicated to the most soulful hockey player to ever live.
It's the sport with the hottest guys. Sue me. Sorry. I'm not gonna be like one of those. I'm not like the other girls, I'm not a puck bunny, okay? I actually know what icing means. No. Like, I think that it's totally reasonable as someone with Venusian Piscean qualities, with this Renaissance. I'm kind of like a Renaissance woman, to admire beauty, and everything that I find joy in has some sort of aspect in beauty. And there's just something about those toothless warriors on the ice that is just so attractive and charming. The reason why hockey has had such a big impact on me is because it has brought new, fresh, creative desire within me, a new outlet for me to express myself. And one of them being, and this is like, I'm gonna say, like, something that I wanna take my time doing, is making a hockey romance. Now, before you start throwing tomatoes at me and saying boo, I have a bone to pick with many, many aspects of the hockey romance book talk genre. Okay. As someone who has grown up on AO3 and Tumblr, we're talking about like self-insert fan fictions written by autistic 14-year-olds who write so much better than these grown adults. These grown adults, they just don't get it. They don't understand the true nature of the female mind. These yaoi girls writing their like yaoi inks, their omega mpreg yaoi inks, they're something else. They're geniuses, let me tell you. And also, I've been on this Nana kick. I've been like on a kick. I've been on an Ayazawa kick the past few months. I need to have an angsty hockey romance, particularly with someone who looks like me. So I need to make a mark for brown girls who like hockey boys, make it really angsty. Also, I'm very disappointed in the fact that girly hockey clothing is kind of like non-existent. So I have a background in product design and pet product design. I used to design dog toys and dog clothing. So I have some experience with designing cutesy, like silly shirts for dogs. The ones that say stuff like, I'm possum. So I'm just like, why isn't there like a cunty Y2K version? Well, it's always like this like clean girl, basic bitch. It's always like this clean girl stuff. Like, I get it. This is what we're into for some reason. the year 2025, but I'm like, there's every time there's like this, like, a new female hockey clothing merch line, it's like it's the same. It's the same, and I need to quantify it because I'm not talking about camo shirt with pink jersey number with pink bows screen printed on. I'm looking at you, addicted. So yeah, welcome to my twisted mind. I hope that you enjoy your stay. I hope you enjoy my little, like, this is the most aesthetically pleasing part of my room. But I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I know you guys are tired of hearing the like, comment, and subscribe, but like, comment, and subscribe. And stay lovely. Bye.
Why is there League of Legends on the screen?
What the fuck?
It just stopped. Okay, it's gone. Oh.
Why is the audio?
Sit
around
and watch the tube, but that thing's off. This is just sad.